Hello and welcome to Sunless Sea. I'm RMP792, and why am I doing this game? Well, one short phrase that made me think, ooh, that sounds promising. Steampunk FTL. Now, I don't actually know how accurate that is, but speaking as a guy who really likes FTL, as in I've put getting on for 200 hours into it and I've unlocked basically everything. So there's not basically about it, apart from a couple of the victories with some of the ship configurations. I have unlocked everything. So, this game sounded potentially interesting. Now, given the nature of this game, I'm probably going to end up showing you a few different run-throughs, taking it from the top each time, and so on and so forth. You know, so I'm unsure how long this Let's Play will be. Ideally, I'd like to basically keep going until I actually manage to beat the game at least once, but I've no idea how many attempts that'll take and things like that, so we will see. I'm going into this completely and utterly blind as per usual, so I've read some reviews, but other than that I'm not entirely sure what I'm expecting, so hopefully it'll be good. For anyone who's not watched any of my videos before, I'm just going to give the standard spiel. I record all of my Let's Play footage a week in advance, which means if you're giving me advice on the best way to play the game, the odds are that I've already completed the Let's Play series by the time you see the first video. My cutoff point for uploads over the course of 1 week is 25 parts. If it's more than that, it gets split over 2 weeks. While commentating, I will likely have a lot of strange random thoughts and ask rhetorical questions and things like that. If you wish to reply to any of those, do please feel free. I do read all the comments. However, it would be very helpful for me if you could tag the point in my video you're referring to, for the simple reason that my brain is a weird nest of mad stuff and I tend to forget a lot of stuff, so the odds are I will completely forget anything that I said. So, with that out of the way, let's begin a new game, yes. You can sell tomb colonists at tomb colonies. This isn't slavery, they're tipping you. That's a bit sinister. You know, anything that has to specifically say, oh, this isn't slavery, don't worry, we promise it's not slavery. It was a bit ominous. Captain's making. 3 decades ago, in the reign of Victoria, London was stolen by bats. Now it lies a mile below the surface. It was dreadfully inconvenient for everyone, but it opened a vast open ocean to you. Welcome to the Undersea. Choose a path, decide who you were and who you want to be. Okay then. You now lodge in a room above the blind helmsman. So who were you? Now you're a captain, but before you belonged to the Undersea, who were you before? Street urchin, which give you a bonus to Velis, the skill of subtlety and evasion. Okay. A poet, which give you a bonus to pages, the skill of trickery and knowledge. Or a bonus to iron, the skill of causing... okay, direct damage. A previously ordained priest, this will give you a bonus to hearts, the skill of healing and morale. A natural philosopher, bonus to mirrors, the skill of detection and perception. I'm probably going to go for the poet, because trickery and knowledge is very much my way of doing things. Bluff my way past stuff where possible. So yes, you're a poet. Educated and articulate, you seek sensation at sea. How lucky you had a legacy to spend. Your long-vanished father had a rich patron, it seems. Okay, so a wise soul, experience. You have intuition, and your friend, the sly navigator. He's a little vague, but he probably knows what he's doing. Perhaps you can find someone better eventually. Talk to the navigator to find out why he went to Z. You gain 25 pages. So that's that. Okay. You now have 1 times 1 sly navigator. Competent? Probably. Trustworthy? Yeah, possibly. Okay, and we can talk to these people. Comatose ferret as a mascot. Mostly it's mobile. Occasionally it's feral. Okay. Your stranger quality is gone. Welcome to the world. Okay. Choose an ambition. What does winning mean to you? Ooh, different objectives. Your father was lost at sea. You never knew him, but you have often dreamed of him. Find and return his remains to London for a decent burial. Gather 100 tales, learn only can of the sea, and write a masterpiece and retire. You know how it is to be poor, and so you want a mansion, fine servants. A private kingdom. Establish a colony where you're an absolute ruler. A utopia, perhaps. Perhaps. So that one's unlocked later. Let's try and write a masterpiece. Okay. Whenever you return to fallen London, you have the opportunity of retiring, but you'll need to write your masterwork first. Okay. Captain, an irregularity with the Harbour Master's office. They wish to know, what term of address do you prefer ashore? Determine what people call you, Captain, but the gender is up to you. Madam. More captains choose this than you might expect. Sir. Citizen. Milord. Milady. Good question. Well, Captain's always the classic. So should we just go for a gender-neutral one? Yeah, let's go with Captain. I like being called Captain. Captain will do perfectly as well. Last piece of advice. Explore, take chances. This captain will probably die. The sea is hungry. But each captain passes on lessons to the next. So choose your name. And choose your sort of... nice squid hat. Scientisty looking one. I think I'm going to go with that one because I'm quite boring. And what should we call our female captain? Oops. Sorry. Smacked my microphone there unnecessarily. Now, is it going to refer to her just as Captain Cressida? Because that's the way I would prefer it to sound. There we go. Fallen London, deep, dark, and marvellous. All voyages start here, and this is where successful voyages end. The much lamented... Okay, let's listen to the advice for captains. Possibly your end will be no better, but if you read this book of invaluable advice, your chances will improve. Captains often die. This is not the end. When you die, you'll learn lessons which will help you survive next time. Beware the layout of the undersea changes with each new captain, but home waters are stable and islands will only move so far. Okay. Exploration is at the heart of the game. Risk brings reward. Staying close to London is safe, but eventually you'll run out of fuel and supplies. Exploring and playing port stories allow you to find secrets and echoes. Speak to your officers to spend secrets on improving your ability. Spend echoes on equipment in ports. You can often find officers in London. Okay. Unforgiving mode is how it's meant to be played. One autosave updated whenever you reach port and wiped on death. You can switch to merciful mode if you want. Okay. Okay, click the launch button to leave port. Use the WASD keys to move. Okay. Tap W twice to reach max speed. Tap S to slow down or reverse, and the ND keys to steer. Okay. So let's accelerate to speed. Let's go this way, I think. Oh, this is already a bit creepy. There's a thing over here. Hunter's Keep. Yeah, let's go over there. That sounds promising. Ah, let me guess. That's the dock over there that I actually have to go to. Oops. Careful, your hull just took damage from collision. If you have trouble steering around rocks, try slowing down or going backwards. Circle of Light is a port. Go there. After a short time at sea, the lamp icon will appear in the logbooks. That means that opportunities await you at the next port. Okay. So I suspect this is going to be one of those games that takes a while to actually really pick everything up. Visit the port. Hit the dock button. Okay. Hunter's Keep. A hump of dark rocks swathed in mist, like 100 other Untersea islands. But here's a grand house, windows aglow, lawns impossibly green and lush in the false starlight, raked gravel paths. You stand on the dock as the sea nudges the ship's sides. An unexpectedly warm breeze carries the faintest trace of lavender. And what's with all the Zs? A very modest challenge. Well, I'm more skilled at talking my way through, so let's present ourselves at the house. Knock and enter. A maid with smouldering topaz eyes shows you to the parlour, where 3 young women wait. "A visitor!" the youngest cries, and the next youngest chuckles. The eldest sighs. "Oh, do excuse the indecorum," she says. "Visitors are rare, but you are very welcome. I am Cynthia, and the noisy one is Phoebe, and the cheerful one is Lucy. You are in good time for lunch. Will you join us?" The glassy chop of dark water and the iron clatter of feet at the hatchway. And you are acquainted with the Sisters of Hunter's Keep. Okay, Cynthia is the elder. Unlocked with recent news. Okay. So let's talk to the eldest, I think. Pensive, occasionally dramatic, or... yeah, let's not go with sunny and restless. Cynthia grasps your arm and whispers to you. Her eyes are wide and blue, and her hair is wild and tangled. Bats may well nest in it, and it seems to you that you're sitting on a hillside, above a wide blue lake, listening to the story of a murder. An axe, a net, blood on the scented water. "Another chop?" Cynthia asks. "You've barely touched your food. Here, I'll have the maid wrap something up for you. You can't be hungry. It's not safe to be hungry." You've lost 32 times hunger to a new total of 0. Okay. And you are acquainted with the Sisters of Hunter's Keep. An occurrence. Your the gods of the Z's salt's attention quality is low. Whatever that means. Iron remains unchanged. You now have 1 tale of terror, 1 wary tale of terror, and you've gained some additional supplies. That's all for now. Okay. Parlour is empty. Where are the sisters? Let's go find them, shall we? The maid makes it clear, through a series of unwelcoming growls, that Phoebe, Lucy, and Cynthia are all 3 indisposed. No lunch today, apparently. Okay. So let's have a shifty at the island. Ships rarely come here. Nothing changes, even the weather. The house is the heart of the isle, the house and the sisters. But the Admiralty may be happy to know that nothing's changed, at least. So I have a port report on Hunter's Keep. Okay, so nothing there. So I think it's time to launch. Okay, we better repair the ship. Page's score. Okay. So that's our terror. Okay, that's our health. That's our speed. Okay. 44% fuel. Z-Bat. What's that do? Assuming that's a scout, effectively. There are no islands within the Z-Bat's range. Okay. Full pad the engines. I'm assuming that probably damages your ship. When you see green running lights on the ship, you're in the dark. Lights on the... no. And your cruise terror will increase. Watch the pips on the terror indicator. It increases faster when you're far from land. Don't let it reach 100. Okay. Your prow light can be turned on or off. Leaving it on reduces the rate at which you gain terror, but makes you more visible to enemies. Okay. Okay, keep us close to shore for now. You receive fragments when you discover new places. Ooh, we've encountered some combat. Okay, so I'm just going to finish reading these tutorials. So you receive fragments when you discover new places. Acquire enough of them and you'll gain a secret. You can use secrets to improve your captain's skills or for some key stories. Combat. You encounter an opponent. Okay, the red shows the range of your deck gun. Keep the enemy in range while your crew works out a firing solution. You'll have them faster if the enemy is in your prow line. Deck gun will be highlighted as your crew make progress towards a firing solution. Press space or close the tutorial to continue. Okay, where is this? Ah, there they are. Okay. Get on their tail, Mr. Whatever you're... Okay. Lock on. Fire. Okay, we took a bit of damage there, but they took a lot more. Fire. Brings about with a tight turn. Accelerate. Lock target. Fire! And down she goes. Okay. Congratulations, you defeated your opponent. Moves to the side of their demise to salvage something. Okay. She's an old vessel, and the Z's aren't safe. You take what you can and move on. A cache of curiosities. These pinnaces don't sail far from their hidden harbours, but there's something at the back of the hold. Tap the bung carefully. Some sort of barrel. It's a cask of wine. In the flaring light, it is dark, but the taste is the darkness of autumn. Mushroom wine. An acquired taste, perhaps, but once you've acquired it, who'd go back to grapes? Nasty little bubbles of goo grapes. Cask of mushroom wine. And our cask of curiosities is gone. Okay. Okay, slow us down. We're still in combat mode, aren't we? But I think we can declare it an all clear. Okay, so we're now passing into Vengerbright. It's a little creepy round here, but not too bad. Okay, should we dock at Vengerbright? And I might speak to some of my officers, like, oops. I swung that in a bit close. Okay, on deck. On machines, your prow lamps dispel darkness, reduce terror. Okay. Okay, so it's all, we're learning how to play. That's okay. That was not. Okay. The Tomb Colony of Vengerbright. On deck, you can hear the sound of 1,000 bandaged dead make as they shuffle and cough. Something like the world's most restless concert audience, or the world's most plague-ridden cathedral. A dusty glass of wine, which I can't do. We could explore the place. Need 25 terror. Okay, so we can explore the place. Here they feel candlelight over gaslight, and the shadows are swayed like cobwebs. The tomb colonists stand still enough to be mistaken for sculpture until they laugh or cough. And one building in 3 seems abandoned. Or visit the first curator. Z-Captain, the first curator, gives audience. The first curator is responsible for the preservation of the tomb colonies, and it has been here much longer than London, and like all the oldest tomb colonists. But even the tomb colonists dissolve in the end. Its time is close. Who's plotting what? Okay, so shall we let's explore. A tomb colonist hobbles towards you. I will not, she hissed fiercely. I will not. Not me for the sanatorium, nor the emergence. I lived, and I will die. And she draws a sword from her sash. You jump back. Tomb colonists, fearless and long experienced, are famed for their dueling skills. And she raises the sword, flourishes it, and beheads herself with a triumphant cry. Her head bounces across the ground towards you. So we've gained one lamentable relic, and we've gained a little bit of terror. Well, that was creepy. So let us visit the first curator, I think. No more light. The obsequious steward cautions you. The curator is terribly afraid of moths. He opens the door and you step into near darkness. A pair of luminous lamp light a breeze, buzz in the latticed ivory tube, and there is no other source of light. A banded shape, no larger than a child, crumpled on a couch, and it lifts its head with obvious effort. It takes several seconds for you to distinguish its voice from the soft buzz of the bees. So we can listen to a whimpered request, which no more than the nether realm. Ask about the Grand Sanatorium. Accept the commission. Okay, let's listen to a whispered request. 7 colours. Cosmogon. Irigo. Pelican. Steward has list. Find them. Here and there. Across the wide Black Sea. Okay. Bring me colours. 7 colours. Pay thee well. Ask about the commission. No more words. It collapses, wrestling back onto the couch, and even the effort of speaking seems to have diminished it a little. The audience is over, and as the door opens it shrinks from the finger of a light that reaches across the floor. Outside, the Usquickious steward nods. The book, yes, the book. He hands over a slim, illustrated volume. The crater is old, old as dust. We will all be grateful if you do it this one last favour. You now have a page from the Nether Bow on various things. I now have a copy of this, of the Nether Bow. Or the Neth Bow. Neath Bow? Neth Bow? Whatever. Okay. So what's in our hold? So we have a single deck gun. We have no additional stuff. Reasonable weapon. Okay, so we've got 70 echoes, which are apparently currency. Little low on fuel. Supplies, yeah, okay, we've got a cask of mushroom wine. We have an Invictus token. Here in unforgiving mode with no save slots beside the basic auto save. If you're losing this token, you'll switch from unforgiving to merciful. Okay. Fragment, Scrap of Law, Tale of Terror, Port Report. I have a secret. Okay. Objective and story progress from the right hand side, mouse over. Okay, so. Okay, so my first officer is giving me +1 to mirrors. And my mascot is giving us +1 to that. We don't have any other officers. So should we speak to him? The sea, Captain. Look at it out there. It's not our friend. Don't forget that. So I could increase your mirrors, which I could do with the secret. Proposition the sly navigator. I do talk nonsense about the sea, but no, I like it and I like you. The navigator values sincerity. Ensure your heart is at least 20 points higher than your mirrors. Fair enough. I don't think we need a boost to our mirrors at this point, so I'm going to hang on to that secret for now. Shops. Okay. Here you can buy fuel, supplies, ship equipment, trade goods. Shops displayed on the left. Okay. So I think we can sell that cask of mushroom wine. Our supply situation isn't great, so I could probably do with buying a pallet of supplies. No, let's get 2 pallets of supplies and a point of fuel. Could get some recent news, but I can't collect more than 1 recent news at a time. I could buy a tomb. No, I could sell a tomb colonist who effectively acts as cargo. Right. Let's head out and let's head this way. I'm curious to know what this stuff is. Pickett's Bluff. Yeah, let's head over here. I'm staying quite close to shore at the moment, which is because, well, let's face it, I'm a bit nervous. That's obviously a lighthouse, I would say. So let's go around Pickett's Bluff. London's currency is echo. To earn money, explore the map, bring back port reports and treasures. You can trade too, but exploration and stories are far more profitable. Okay. That's the terror situation. Yeah, not bad. Hunger's going up a bit. And it's something awaits you in port. So should we head back to London? Yes, we've just eaten some food. Ah, okay, so I'm assuming that probably yes, if we get sufficiently hungry, then I'm assuming when we run out of supplies, then it'll go past that point and unpleasant things will start happening. That'll be my assumption. So I currently have 8 sailors. I'm just gonna pronounce these things properly rather than as zailers. London was down here, wasn't it? Yeah, Fallen London, it's down that way. I kind of feel like we should explore this dark patch here. Most icons have keyboard shortcuts, must over to see them. Yeah, this is a wee bit creepy. I assume it is supposed to be. Okay, there's nothing really there. So yeah, let's head down towards London, I think, and yeah, divert all power to the engines. Get past Hunter's Keep. Alright lads, we sail for home. Yeah, full power, beware, your engines will occasionally explode. Home waters, sailors dawdle at the rail, watching for the lights of London. And let's head into dock. You gotta love the fact there's very little music out there, which makes it quite creepy. Revenue Man. Her Enduring Majesty's Customs Service works closely with both the Ministry of Public Decency and the Masters of the Bazaar, and today they have selected you for an inspection. Don't cheek them. Let them do their worst. This will reduce your suspicion if it's 5 or more. So if we are carrying any romantic literature, unstamped crate of human souls, unstamped crate of brilliant souls, or sunlight-filled mirror-crack box, then we wouldn't be able to let them search. Declare all your controlled goods, pay the custom duty on any untaxed souls or romantic literature you're carrying, surrender any smuggled sunlight, which will also reduce suspicion. Talk your way out of the search. Today's duty officer is a patriot, but perhaps he can claim you on Admiralty business, but we need some Admiralty favours for that. A chancy challenge, but we can let them do their worst because we have nothing to hide. They roam your deck like wolves, and they tear through your belongings like termites, but at least they leave. Our suspicion hasn't changed because it was already lower than 5. Okay. Okay. Being back in London, this seems to me like a reasonable point to end this first part, so yeah, I will say thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next.